Hey guys, Myron Golden here, and we are on video 4 of the series Selling Made Simple. And we're selling simplified, not selling made simple, but selling simplified. And the objective of this video series is to help you understand not to make these mistakes that are already costing you a fortune. And it doesn't matter if you sell cars or insurance, or if you sell houses, or if you sell information, or if you're an author and you sell books, whatever you sell, you will sell more if you avoid these mistakes. And what's really interesting is this is not some rehashed stuff that somebody else talked about. This is stuff that I've learned through thousands of hours of selling nose to nose, toes to toes, belly to belly across the kitchen table, one-on-one sales, doing it one-on-many sales, doing it over the internet sales. Do not make these mistakes.
There's a giant. Yeah. Here we go. You see, I got where I am because someone reached out a hand. Help me to stand, be an independent man. Because I'm standing on the shoulders of a giant. The shoulders of a giant, y'all. I'm thankful.
So this is mistake number 4. And that is, don't make this mistake, by the way. That is trying to find people to sell stuff to sell your stuff to. Instead of doing that, make yourself more findable. Okay, so I'm gonna move this down so to make yourself more. Is findable a word? I think it's a word. If it's not a word, if it wasn't a word, it's a word now, right? So make yourself more findable for people who already want to buy what you already want to sell. And I'm going to tell you something. This secret has made me millions of dollars. This secret has made my students millions of dollars. This secret right here has lowered my ad cost more than any other, well, secret except for one other secret. So the second most lowered ad cost in my business history is because of this one right here. And so what do I mean by that? So what happens is when a person gets started in business, nobody knows who they are. And so what most people do is they go out and they start looking for people to sell their stuff to. I'm prospecting for my insurance. I'm prospecting for my car sales. I'm prospecting. Prospecting is a waste of time. It doesn't make sense. Instead of prospecting, looking to sell people stuff, like looking to find people to sell stuff to, what you should do is you should make yourself findable. Because I'm going to show you the process that happens first. But the problem is, like, somebody sees your ad and they've never heard of you, right? And now they're like, I don't know if I believe that person. And then you just wasted that money, right? And so the problem is that when you're building a business and you don't have a reputation, there are things you can do. Because one of the biggest problems you have right now in your business is that a private detective with the help of the CIA and the Internal Revenue Service cannot find you on Google or YouTube, right? They can't find you. People don't know where to find you. They can't find you. You are unfindable. So how do you make yourself findable for people who already want to buy what you already want to sell? You create a lot of content, and not just a lot of content. Junk content that underwhelms people only tells them you're not good. It only tells more people that you're not good. You don't want to broadcast to the world, hey guys, I'm really crappy. Hey guys, I'm terrible. Don't you want to know about me? They don't want to know about you. So here are the 2 things that will make you way more findable. You need to create a lot of I'm going to do profound first. You need to create profound content. What does profound mean? Profound means it teaches them something they didn't know. And it teaches them something they didn't know in a way that makes it easier for them to learn it. Are y'all tracking? So you want to create profound content, not just any old content. Now, what's really cool is one way, and I'm not going to give you all the ways right here because it'll take me too much time, but one way to create profound content is to go find some profound content that's underdeveloped. And by the way, almost all content in the marketplace is underdeveloped. Why? Because, like, truth is infinite and our comprehension is finite, right? So what do I mean by that? So you take somebody like Abraham Lincoln, for instance, right? And everybody knows Abraham Lincoln was a great man, great mind, blah, 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 right? All that. So one of his most famous quotes is, I will prepare myself and perhaps my time will come. That is a brilliant quote. I will prepare myself and perhaps my time will come. By the way, while I'm on that subject, think about this. People who are pros, the difference between professionals and amateurs is how much time they spend in preparation and how much time they spend in performing, right? An amateur spends twice as much time performing as they do preparing, 4 times as much time performing as they do preparing, 8 times as much time performing as they do preparing. Professionals spend twice as much time preparing as they do performing. They spend 4 times as much time preparing as they do performing. They spend 10 times, 12 times more time preparing than they do performing. And that's why when they show up to perform, they make it look so effortless. It's effortless now because it was effort filled in the preparation stage. That's an aside that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but I couldn't skip over it because that's who I am. Okay, so Abraham Lincoln said, I will prepare myself and perhaps my time will come. Abraham Lincoln was brilliant. But what if I take that thought that he gave us that so many people have quoted, so many people have thought about, and what if I expand it? What if I add just a little bit of water, maybe a teaspoon of sugar and a pinch of salt and just make it better? Like, you can take the quotes of great people and make them better. Do y'all want to see me do it? I know you do. So I'm going to do it. Here we go. So if I'm going to quote this, what I'm going to do, by the way, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when I quote it before I do it, before I expand on it, before I add the water, the teaspoon of sugar, the pinch of salt. Before I do that, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. So if I will take Abraham Lincoln's quote and then I will add my secret sauce to it and make it better than it was when Abraham Lincoln got finished with it, what'll happen is it'll cause people to think of me when they think of Abraham Lincoln. But it also caused them to think of me in the same light that they think of Abraham Lincoln. What? So you get to borrow the credibility and presence and genius and reputation and honor of people, of a guy people think is one of the greatest Americans of all times. How cool is that? So, y'all ready for me to do it? So here it is. Abraham Lincoln said, and I'm going to do it just like if I were doing a presentation, talking to somebody across the kitchen table, or if I were doing a presentation on stage. Okay, here we go. Abraham Lincoln said, I will prepare myself and perhaps my time will come. Myron Golden says, my time's going to come whether I prepare myself or not. If I am prepared when my time comes, it will reveal me. If I am not prepared, it will expose me. And then it's boom, drop the mic, right? And people go, oh my goodness, that's so crazy. That's amazing. Wait, say that again, right? And the people start going crazy. So what happens now, because they like that, because somebody found that and they liked it, they share it. So if I have that on YouTube for somebody to find, and that's what I mean when I say profound. It's something that teaches people something they didn't know, and it teaches it to them in a way that makes it easier for them to learn and more desirable for them to learn and easier for them to share, okay? Now what happens? I have that quote or a video content on YouTube, and now when somebody finds my ad, they say, wow, I never heard of that guy before. Who is he? Then they start Googling me. And what happens? When they Google me, they start seeing all these videos, all of this content, articles, videos, stories, whatever you have out there, the content that you've created, you've given them a place to go do a deep dive on you after they find out about you on an ad, after they find out about you on an Instagram video, after they find out about you on a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live or a YouTube Live. They see you for the first time, maybe on stage, maybe they hear you on a podcast. Like, I never heard of that person before, but what they said sounds good. Let me see if that's how they are all the time or if that was just a fluke, right? And so they go Google you, and then they watch video after video after video after video. And what happens when your content is profound, people get addicted. Like, literally, they get addicted to your content. Why? Because when you put out good content, it releases, it causes their brain to secrete like chemicals that are like drugs that they get addicted to. Dopamine, right? That's one of them. Oxytocin, that's another one. Serotonin, and what's the one that starts with an E? It's not coming to me, but there's one that starts with an E, I promise, okay? So, profound content, B. And I'm sure some people, and by the way, I'm sure some people who remember what E was, and it'll come to me as soon as this video ends. Some of the people who know what E is, they'll put it in the comments. So you've missed nothing. And I gave y'all an opportunity to share. Okay, so profound content, but then also in addition to profound content, your content needs to be prolific. What does prolific mean? It's everywhere. You have to have so much content out there when people find you and they're blown away. Oh my goodness, never saw anybody like that. Never heard anybody like that. We're so amazing. And then all of a sudden, When they go do a deep dive on you, literally before they know it, they spent 5 hours watching you. That's what you do. And when you create this content that's prolific and profound, you have to make sure you show them what you have can do for them. Make yourself more findable for people who already want to buy what you already want to sell. Here's what's really cool. Here's what I discovered. Here's why most salespeople struggle, and some of us don't. Most salespeople struggle because they waste a lot of time looking for people to sell stuff to, while people like me are just creating prolific, profound content that allows people to find us, and then when they find us, they have a place to go do a deep dive and do their own research. And they think they're doing research, but what they're actually doing is they're pre-indoctrinating themselves to say yes to your offer when you make one. That is the beauty of making yourself more findable. And when you do it, it'll change your business for the rest of your business. So congratulations for watching this video. Wait till you see what the next video is going to be. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's my favorite one of all of the five mistakes people make. This is the next video. It's my favorite. But don't forget, if you like this video, share it, comment. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video as well. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Myron Golden, I'm out of here.